This video will present the cluster of water in the vicinity of ice and the carbonated water. Introduction. The cluster of water was observed for first step of studies on the chemical evolution. The molecule of water in liquid state is a tetrahedral. The tetrahedron in the cluster is arranged as a spiral structure. The organized molecules in the cluster of water played an important role in the chemical evolution. This is the flicker noise of the digital camera that was used. Here, the magnification is the maximum in this camera. The cluster of water moves together with the ice. We can distinguish the image of cluster by using the movie. The slow-motion movie is replayed at 2.66 frames per second, but the original was photographed at 30 frames per second. The contrast of each image was decreased, in order to neglect small particles of flicker noise caused by the digital camera. The size of cluster is larger than the particle in the flicker noise of the digital camera. This ice contains plenty of the gas of carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide in the ice dissolves into the water. Ice shown in this movie does not include bubbles. What is the mechanism to form a third cluster in the water? The sphere is caused by the planar interconnections with vertical cohesion. The water becomes the lowest energy state at spiral arrangement of the tetrahedral molecules of water. The lattice of liquid water grows along three directions of electric axis owing to the Coulomb force. The spiral structure of tetrahedrons is formed by means of the planar interconnections with vertical agglomeration. A molecule of water is tetrahedral depending on the sp3 orbital of oxygen atom. The tetrahedron placed spiral similarly to alpha quartz. The alpha quartz lattice structure is obtained by rotations of tetrahedron around the electric axis of beta structure. Theta rotation accompanies with reduction of cosine theta. This reduction possesses a cohesive force of the cluster. This image of noise is compared with the cluster of water. The focus of this movie is the surface of water. There are clusters of water on the surface of water. When the ice is rotated, the shape of the bubble varies. When the temperature of the water increases, the movement of cluster is intensified. It is difficult to separate the cluster of water from flicker noise of digital camera at the room temperature. Conclusions. We can recognize the cluster of water at vicinity of ice. It is considered that tetrahedral molecules of water will arrange a helical structure in the cluster of water. The thread of DNA or RNA had been generated by the thermal motion of molecules in the helical structure. The cluster of water possessing with spiral structure is able to play an important role for the chemical evolution. Thanks you for your attention.